there a character from the past? Sorry, I kind of went past the past, but let me look back for a second. Now you look
Yeah.
back, especially. Is there one that you're like, I enjoyed doing this one? I wish I had had opportunities to have more control or something with this one. And then there's one like I really hated doing that character, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I'll start with the hated first. The worst project I ever worked on was I think JLA versus Predator.
Okay.
And the problem with that book was that it started off as a great idea. John Ostrander wrote this really cool script that was sort of a throwback to those old JLAs where they'd meet like their doppelgangers,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
the Injustice League type of thing. And only this time it's predators. So there was going to be a Superman predator, a Batman predator, a Green Lantern predator, blah, blah, blah. So I had to go and I designed these outfits for these predator versions of the superheroes, and utilizing the predator font, if you will, those symbols that they wear, to create something that, so when you looked at that predator, you knew that was the Superman predator, that was the Batman predator, all that kind of stuff. So I sent it into Raspler. He says, yep, looks great. Go ahead. 36 pages later, he emails me and says, yeah, the designs weren't approved by Dark Horse. They want to have
no.
in their regular costumes. And I'm like, dude, you got one job. You're the freaking editor. And you're working with another publisher. You should have run all that stuff by him before telling me to go ahead. And I had to go back and rework a lot of those panels, put them in those really complicated Predator outfits. I mean, it was a nightmare. I almost gave up doing comics after doing that one.
Oh, it's got to be 36 pages is a lot of work too, folks. I mean, trust me, there's not an additional check coming to redo 36 pages. It wasn't like he was going to get some extra money to go back. So
nope.
Awesome One loves nicknames. So this is our current nickname. We'll see what else he comes up with. So Yo Papa Pops and Hawaiian Graham. Look at that. So you're getting the Hawaiian. You do look like you're hanging out on the beach.
Yeah, I'm Florida, Graham.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's funny you say that because that has come up. That has been a theme through folks that I've talked to for years. It's like some weird twist comes down from the high ups that changes the direction. Like we thought we were doing X, and then all of a sudden I got to redo pages. I got to rewrite storylines. I got to do this. And you're like, oh my gosh. And I mean, I guess it happens to all of us because I work in corporate America and that kind of happens too from time to time. But, like I said, though, I'm on an hourly rate or a salary where you're like, no, this is what you get paid. And it's like, well, crap, man. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, that's got to be brutal. That's got to be brutal. I got a feeling, folks, don't bring him some JLA Predators. Ma'am, don't let him sign. Don't try to ask him to sign this. They're painful memories. Or have him redo them. Have him go in there and try to change something. That's what I want. Or where's the original art when they were all like the different version? That's what I would want. Yeah, I want the
I can show you I can show you panels that I didn't change, but somebody else did.
Oh my gosh!
It's not even my art in it.
Jeez, yes.
Yeah, not good. But
no.
To answer your other half of your question, like, is there anything that I would love to have worked on that I didn't get to, that type of thing? It would be the Fantastic Four.
Oh, that would be so awesome. Yeah, I could see that.
I would have loved to have a run on the Fantastic Four if they would say, hey, just run with it, do what you want with it. And
you want to write and draw, or is it a writer?
Write and draw it, yeah.
Write and draw. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is Dr. Doom to the normies more underrated than any other character? Because that's one of my theories. There's like a handful of characters that normies just don't understand how cool they are, how powerful they are, how influential. And Dr. Doom is nearly at the top of that list, or at least arguably at the top of that list.
I think the Submariner is at the top of that list.
Yeah.
You look at what they just released for the image of the new Submariner. He's been getting more, soy boy down in the comics, and now he's Aztec or something in this new movie. The
Yes,
Submariner
because
that I
quote,
love.
if you read the press release from her quote, because we don't want the audience to be confused, because we might confuse him with Aquaman. So in their press, when you read between the lines, they were basically calling this dumb. That was basically how that played out.
Yeah. Well, I got an idea. Since his name is Namor, which is Roman spelled backwards, and Bill Everett designed all of the undersea Atlantean stuff based on Roman architecture, why not start there?
Yeah. Yes.
That makes sense.
Awesome when he brings up there's a nose ring. Yeah, I know, man. Just don't. Your head's gonna hurt, man. Yeah, Namor's great. That's a great point. Yeah. No, fantastic. You doing Fantastic Four would be really, really awesome. Are there any? Let's see. If we did 12, I'll say it this way. What I loved about your work, and I totally understand where you guys have to be coming from working on Batman for as long as you did. Like drawing and writing the Batman part probably had to just get tedious, but at least there was a way to rotate villains and stuff in and out. You weren't stuck having to write that all the time. So it'd be cool. Like, all right, this is going to be our once or twice a year to do a Penguin, or this is our once or twice a year to do this. So at least it was a rogue gallery that was big enough to give you some variation in addition to the stuff. What would be the top of your list for that Fantastic Four thing? That would be like, okay, listen, I know, let's say I have a year, I can do, let's see, 2 or 3. What are a couple of things that, like, it would be cool to do something with Mole Man, for instance, something like that?
Well, I would do something with the Submariner.
Yeah.
And I would do. I had an idea for a story where they discover where the ultimate nullifier is.
Ooh.
And it's it's buried in the ice in one of the moons of Jupiter. One that's covered with ice and water. And the Submariner has to go with the Fantastic Four because they need somebody who can live underwater.
Sure.
To go and retrieve the ultimate weapon.
And all that tension of having him around. Oh boy, that sounds great. That sounds
that would be a lot of fun.
That would. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Right?